Hi, my angels. Come on in. Come in. I'm so happy that you're here. So, if you're new, thank you so much for giving my channel a chance. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to like, to comment, to share, and definitely please subscribe. It helps the channel to grow. And those that are returning, thank you so much. Your guys' support means everything to me. It really does. And especially all the comments, the connecting that we're doing. And speaking of connecting, I just want to remind everyone, I have a PO box now, and I would love to hear from you. I'm trying to do a postcard exchange with you guys. If you send me one, I will send it. And as we get closer to Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, we can exchange holiday cards. And I will do a video showing them. And I will be showing some of the postcards. So please, if you don't want it shown, just put don't show. And then I'll just keep it for myself. That's fine. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed the videos that we did yesterday. The role plays are so much fun for me to do. And I hope you enjoy them. They're for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so I'm going to do this video today, and hopefully tonight we'll do some more reading from the meditation book, but I'll use the microphone then and we'll do a whispered one. Okay, for now I'm just going to do some soft talking. Okay, and today I thought we would talk about anger. Anger is a normal emotion, guys, and it's healthy if you get it out in a healthy way. And I learned a lot of valuable lessons about anger and getting it out healthfully. You know what I mean. So one of the things that we need to do is really evaluate ourselves. My anger in my younger years was a lot different than my anger today. I would store it up until it burst. And then everything comes out, except what I'm actually angry about in that moment. And I would cry. I hated that. I would get so angry that I used to say my anger came out my eyes. And people would think I was upset when I wasn't. However, the thing that helped me the most with anger was losing people, especially my parents. It put things in perspective like that. And it really made me look back and go, I really should have talked about this. I'll never get closure on this topic now. Or, why did I let this anger go on? Why did I carry this? And guys, that's the biggest thing. Don't carry it with you. Don't carry grudges. They're heavy and they weigh on you. And you have enough load to carry. You don't need to add to it. Let it go. Okay? If you can forgive, forgive. Forgiveness is more about you than the other person. One of my favorite quotes, which has actually become a mantra, to be honest, is from a Richard Paul Evans book. I believe it was The Locket, and it's about forgiveness. And one of the lines in the book is, you don't cut the rope to save the anchor. I really like that because it is true. Did I say boat? Ugh. It's you don't cut the line to save the anchor. You do it to save the boat. Sorry guys, it's early. I didn't sleep very well and my allergies are so bad. That's why my breathing may sound a little off today. But letting go of things has really helped. Now, letting go and forgiving doesn't mean going back for more. You can forgive someone and say, I forgive you, but we're starting over and I will not be treated that way anymore. Or You're not going to speak to me like that anymore. Okay? I may have put up with it in the past to try to keep things flowing. Not anymore. Stand up for yourself in a healthy way. Okay? You don't have to be aggressive. Sometimes you do, but you don't have to be. If somebody says something to you that you take offense to, just look at them and say, can you explain that to me, please? Because what I heard was, and reiterate, because what you heard may not be what they said, and vice versa. If somebody says to you, well, I don't want to talk to you anymore, if that's what you're going to say, stop them and say, I think we've miscommunicated. What did you hear me say? And then explain what you actually said. It goes two ways. We can anger people too. But I find asking people, what did you mean by that? Is a lot better than, don't speak to me that way. But it is okay to say that too. If somebody's using disparaging language at you or name calling, you don't have to put up with that. You don't. Just put your hand up. That's what I find that works really well. It stops people. Don't do this. That can be misinterpreted. Just say, stop. You don't talk to me like that. Or turn it around to be about you. I don't let people talk about me that way. This way it's on you, not them, and they can reset themselves. I can hear the wheeze. Guys, anger can be healthy. It can also be a wasted emotion. We can spend way too much time angry. It's okay to be angry in the moment. Communicate it, and then let it go. Fix it if you can. Let it go. I want to sing it so badly, but I'm not going to. I don't want you guys to spend years regretting anger like I did. I mean it when I say I want you to learn from mistakes that I've made. Not dealing with anger properly is one of them. It really is. And by that, I don't mean being angry. I mean not talking about it, not fixing it, and not walking away from it. And even walking away from situations and people. I spent years with people who were supposed to be friends. And yeah, they were toxic. I was young. I didn't know any better. I didn't have an auntie angel to tell me that I was worth it, that I could walk away and it would be okay. So much times in my life, I've at that moment looked and said, nothing's ever going to get better. It always does, guys. It always gets better. I promise. It will get better. We all grow. Now, the thing you have to remember, we all grow at different times too. You may be ready to maturely handle a situation. The person you're having the situation with, they may not be there yet. They may have to learn from your example. And you can do that. That's the one thing. We are all examples. I heard a quote. I know where I heard it, and I can't stand that I heard it from this person, but it was on a TV show that I will not name because I will not give the person who owned the show any. But it was Omarosa said it, and I've loved the phrase. I'm praying that it's not hers, but it's not everyone is your teacher. What is wrong with me today? Not everyone is your friend. Not everyone is your enemy, but everyone is your teacher. And that's true. We can learn how to be by watching people, and we can learn how not to be by watching people. And people do that with us too. We can be examples and not even realize it. You could be a role model to someone and not even know it until years later. And that's awesome. And sometimes we don't know the effect we have on someone. You know, we can give a smile to a perfect stranger and start a chain reaction that we have no idea how far it goes, which I think is pretty amazing. You know, you can change someone's day. I remember one time with my dad, and there was a very aggressive driver, and my dad was a very aggressive driver. And I could see the anger building in him. And he's like, who does this guy think he is? And he cut my dad off and gave him a finger. And Dad was gonna, I'll show him. I said, Dad, maybe now he's let out some of his anger and he's not gonna go home and take it out on his family. And my dad just looked at me and he goes, oh, shut up. But he didn't do anything to retaliate. You know, he told me years later that he always thought that from that point on. It was the same as, there was one time my husband was in a different city and I had to have emergency surgery. And it was life-saving emergency surgery. And my dad had to call him, and his boss was another angel at the time, and just handed him the keys because they had driven out together. Said, take it, go. And he sped way over the speed limit to get to me in time for the surgery, which he did. Well, about a month or two later, we were in the car and somebody just whooshed by us. And my husband was calling him every name in the book. And I said, how do you know he's not rushing to a medical emergency like you did? And he goes, yep, you're right. So now if somebody's in a hurry to pass him, my husband just lets them. He just moves over, go, pass. He just lets them go. And that's a lot like anger, guys. We need to just let some of it go. And it's okay to be angry at situations. It's okay to be angry at people. And it's okay to say, I'm mad and I'm going to stay mad for a bit. So what my husband and I we took a marriage class before we got married. And some of the stuff we did, there was one session on arguing and fighting. And I loved it because they actually acknowledged that couples do this, you know, and how to do it healthfully and to communicate. And one of the things they said, and I do it to this day, never use the word always or never in an argument. Argue about what you're arguing about. You always do this. You never do it. You're not talking about other times. You are talking about this time. Okay. We do that. And in fact, every once in a while, one of us will go, you said always. And when you're mad, but it's almost like a hidden language between us that we just, okay, you're right. Another thing they said is choose when to talk to the person. Going down in the middle of hockey playoffs and saying to my husband, I'd like to talk to you, is a fight waiting to happen. So choosing when you bring something up, if you think it's going to cause an argument, is a good thing as well. But yeah, guys, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel that emotion. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. If someone hurts you physically, That's not okay. That's not anger. That's survival. Okay? You out. Get out. You cannot be in that situation. All right? And there are ways to get help. We talked about it in the toxic relationship video. Okay? There are ways to get out. And if you are in an abusive relationship, I beg you to get help. There are ways to get help, okay? I know it seems bleak and it seems like you're stuck in a situation you won't get out of, but you can. You can. People have. But we're just talking about regular anger right now. It's okay to express anger. I used to be a yeller. I would yell at the top of my lungs. I would lose control. I would look like a maniac. And now I realize, you know what? Okay, I am a loud person when I get excited. There's no two ways around that. But I don't yell in anger anymore. I spend a lot of time saying, I cannot talk about this right now. I need to have 5 minutes to myself. Yeah, I have a teenager. Trust me, I say it a lot. But it's just okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry at a situation, especially ones that are out of our control, like illnesses. It's okay to be so angry that you can't control something. But that's where you really need to evaluate your anger. What am I angry at? Am I angry that I'm sick? Am I angry that I can't do things? Am I angry that I feel like a guinea pig, taking every drug they can give me? What am I angry about? Deal with that. And sometimes you're not going to be able to. Sometimes I'm angry at my loss of control of being sick. Okay. Can you control being sick? No. Then you can't control this. But you can control how you react to it. You can make a list of what you can control. If you know that a certain food is going to set off a reaction, and I do that with Ozempic. There are certain foods I just can't have. That's my control. I am no longer looking at it as, I can't have dairy, I can't have deep fried. I'm controlling the reaction because I don't have deep fried or dairy. I still do, but I know what's going to happen. Can I take my medications on time? Yes, I can. I can control that. People are the hardest because we may feel completely in control of our anger and be calm, rational, reasonable, and they are not. And it's so easy to join up. I used to say to my mom, always loved to say, don't sink to their level. Don't sink to their level. And I looked at her one day, I go, but it's so good when you do. She said, that's a temporary good. It does more damage to you in the long run. So I remind myself of that frequently. I find the reason I wanted to do this video today is Mondays are hard for a lot of people, and I find people's anger can get short leash on it, your anger, on a Monday. So I thought this might be a little bit appropriate for everyone. And it's okay to feel anger. It's how we react to it that's different. Oh, Bella wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi, Bells? Bella? No. Oh, sorry. Nope, she does not. But I did just want you guys to know that and just give a short video with an anti-angel chat about anger, and let me know what you guys think. I really do love the comments. I love that we, in the ASMR community, make the world smaller. we connect with each other, we help each other, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So always remember, I love you, I value you, I honor you, and I am so very, very glad that you were born.